The salesman's laugh echoed through the dealership, sharp and cutting. Marcus had been brushed off, dismissed, and humiliated in front of strangers. But then came the shift. The papers slid across the desk, the man's smug expression fading into shock. Silence swept the room as eyes widened. Who was this man they had just insulted? This is the story of a black man, denied service at a car dealership only for the truth about who he was to leave everyone stunned. Welcome, story lovers. From where are you watching? Comment your city. It was supposed to be a simple Saturday afternoon. Marcus, a hard-working professional in his early 30s, had saved for years to buy the car of his dreams. Growing up in a modest neighborhood, he had always promised himself that one day he would walk into a dealership not just to look, but to own. Today was that day. Dressed neatly in a crisp shirt and polished shoes, he arrived at the dealership with excitement bubbling under his calm exterior. The sun glared off the glass doors as he pushed them open, heart beating a little faster with pride. But beneath that excitement was an unshakable awareness. Marcus knew the world wasn't always kind to men who looked like him. Still, he brushed it aside. After all, money speaks, and he had worked hard for this moment. What he didn't know was that this day would reveal far more than a car purchase. The dealership gleamed with polished cars lined up like trophies. Marcus walked confidently to the reception desk, only to be met with a cold glance. The receptionist's smile, bright for the couple ahead of him, dimmed instantly when her eyes landed on him. "Someone will be with you shortly," she said, her tone clipped, dismissive. Minutes stretched into 20, then 30. Marcus watched as other customers were greeted, offered coffee, and escorted to test drives. He, however, was ignored. Determined to stay calm, he approached a salesman himself, a tall man with slicked-back hair and an expensive suit. The salesman's eyes narrowed. "This section is for serious buyers," he muttered, barely looking Marcus in the eye. Marcus felt the sting, but he steadied himself. "I am a serious buyer," he said, pulling out a folder neatly stacked with paperwork and pre-approval documents. But the salesman chuckled under his breath. "You people always say that," he sneered. The words sliced deeper than Marcus expected. Customers nearby glanced uncomfortably, but no one spoke up. As the salesman turned away, Marcus's pulse quickened. Years of discrimination rushed back, moments of being followed in stores, questioned in meetings, doubted despite his credentials. He clenched his fists but held his ground. When the salesman finally agreed, it was not with professionalism, but with mockery. "Fine," he smirked. "Show me what you think you can afford." What Marcus didn't realize was that the very identity he had fought to protect quietly shadowed the room, and soon it would flip the entire situation upside down. Marcus slid the paperwork across the glossy desk. The salesman picked it up lazily, his smirk widening until his eyes froze. His face drained of color as he scanned the documents again. There, in bold letters, was Marcus's full name. The man blinked, disbelief settling in. Marcus wasn't just another customer. He was the regional director of the financial institution that approved loans for the dealership itself. The power dynamics flipped instantly. Silence weighed heavy. The salesman's arrogance crumbled, his voice stuttering, as he realized he had insulted the very man who held authority over their operations. Marcus didn't need to raise his voice. The truth spoke louder. The entire room now watched, not just a man denied service, but the shocking reveal of who he truly was. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. The manager rushed forward, apologizing profusely. But Marcus didn't need apologies. He had witnessed the truth in raw daylight. The dealership's polished floors and shiny cars could not mask the ugliness that had unfolded. He walked out, not with the car he came for, but with something more powerful. Undeniable proof of how racism festers even in places draped with luxury. Later, as Marcus drove away in a car from a different dealership, the sting lingered, but so did his resilience. His story became a reminder that status, money, and titles don't shield black men from prejudice. How many more must face humiliation before the world learns? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.